Introducing Mr. Money.
Send your money instantly. Top up your airtime instantly. Pay your bills instantly. Airtel Money instantly. Send your money instantly. Safety is guaranteed. It don't matter how far it is. It reaches safe and quickly. Pay your water bills immediately. And also pay for DSTV. Or top up airtime real quickly. Send your money instantly. Top up your airtime instantly. Pay your bills instantly. Airtel Money instantly. Hi, I am Mr. Money, and I bring you Airtel Money, the fastest, safest way to send money, pay bills, top up, and more. With Airtel Money, you can do more instantly.
Airtel Money. Simple, secure, instant.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
Want to just get out of town with your friends and family? Are you having a corporate getaway and have no adequate transport? Then this here is what you need to listen to. A brand new 35-seater Yutong luxury bus is now up for hire at an affordable and negotiable rate. It comes fully equipped with aircon, TV for your relaxation, music soothing your trip, and DVD players to give you variety. Book now by calling 0955 0966 or 977 844 141.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Chipsy potato chips. We know you'll love them.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Your jungle.
A warm welcome to Prime TV Main News. To present it, my name is Daniel Tonga. We take a look at what is making the headlines. MMD attributes its poor performance in recent elections to compromised party structures. Government lifts a 2-year safari hunting ban. Several people escaped death in a terrible road accident. In international news, Liberian police fire on Ebola protesters. These and many more stories. Join me shortly. And now, the news in detail. The Opposition Movement for Multi-Party Democracy, MMD, has attributed its poor performance in the recently held parliamentary and ward elections across the country to compromised party structures. Speaking at a media briefing in Lusaka, MMD President Dr. Nevas Mumba says no party can win any election with weak structures, as it is currently the case with the MMD. Dr. Mumba has since directed the party's national secretary to immediately start reorganizing the party structures at all levels. The MMD leader has meanwhile conceded defeat in all the elections they participated in. Out of the 25 ward elections and one parliamentary by-election in Mangango, the MMD only managed to win a ward election in Masaiti.
Following the recently held Mangango by-election and over 20 ward elections across the country, political parties have started carrying out self-introspections on what could have led to them losing the seat. The MMD have become the first party to announce what they think attributed to their loss. Speaking at a media briefing in Osaka, MMD President Dr. Nevas Mumba attributed the loss of the Mangango seat to what he termed compromised party structures by the ruling PF.
Most of our structures there are compromised, and it becomes our responsibility to fix that. The fixing will be brutal, because this is a party that a lot of Zambians are looking to save them from the ongoing slavery of the Zambian people in many areas of concern. To this effect, Mr. Chairman, I'm hereby directing our National Secretary, Mr. Muhavi Lungu, to immediately begin the process of reorganizing the MMD, starting from the grassroots structure at the ward level through to the constituency, district and provincial level.
But in the wake of this defeat, the MMD leader has remained optimistic that they will scoop all the pending by-elections, including the 2016 general elections.
We may lose some battles, but we shall win the war, and we shall form government again.
In the recently held by-election in Mangango, the MMD came in distant fourth, amassing only over 100 votes, and only managed to scoop one ward election in Masaiti district on the Copper Belt out of the 25 that were being contested. Kalan Mchima, reporting for Prime TV News in Lusaka.
Meanwhile, the party's National Secretary Muhavi Lungu has advised the media to stop quoting Bowman Lusambo as a party official. Mr. Lungu has clarified that Mr. Lusambo's diehard wing is not in the party structures, hence the need to distinguish his personal statements from that of the party. Mr. Lungu says the party is currently considering various ways of dealing with the matter. There has been a widespread calls for party membership to expel Mr. Lusambo for what they term as gross misconduct.
There is no structure in our organization which is called diehard. That we've repeated it, and we've continually said there is no structure in the party constitution which is referred to as diehard. Secondly, we have repeatedly, and I've repeatedly said, that Bowman does not speak on behalf of the president, does not speak on the behalf of the party, does not speak on behalf of myself, does not speak, he is not sanctioned by anyone to do so. We cannot restrain every member in a political party which is not within the structure to be able to gag him or to stop him or to chain him. All we can do is advise, and the president has advised, I have advised, and so on, and it has proved difficult. Now, I have been given the additional mandate to begin to deal with this thing more concisely, and I will.
A 2-year ban effected on safari hunting has been lifted, but upholds the suspension of cat hunting in order to ascertain their numbers and sustainability. Announcing the development at a media briefing, Tourism and Arts Minister Jean Kapata says government has decided to lift the ban due to loss of income to communities depending on woodlife for sustenance. She has further stressed that the ban had put a strain on government as it had to sustain the operations of Zambia Woodlife Authority, ZAWA. Ms. Kapata, however, states the measures such as decentralized hunting monitoring system, hunting of any animal involved in human wildlife, among others, shall strictly be monitored.
Government has revisited the position on hunting. In this regard, as Minister entrusted with policing the management of our wildlife resource, I hereby announce that the suspension of safari hunting is hereby lifted. However, the suspension of the cat hunting shall still remain in force until a survey to ascertain their numbers, plus other considerations and measures to ensure their sustainability are put in place. Furthermore, I wish to state that a position will be made very soon on the way forward regarding the hunting block concession tender by Zawa.
Meanwhile, Ms. Kapata says government will soon announce the new Zambia Wildlife Authority Zawa board members. She says the list has already been unveiled to cabinet and is awaiting ratification. The minister has further added that government would not continue funding the authority as it has been strained. She says once the authority is in place, it will look for all measures that will help raise revenue for the authority. Government has realized the green paper detailing the proposed policies underlying the 2015-2017 medium-term expenditure framework. Secretary to the Cabinet, Secretary to the Treasury, Fredson Yamba, says the paper is designed to encourage public consultation ahead of the October 10th, 2014 national budget. He has added that the draft policy for 2015 is premised on government's unwavering commitment to enhance growth and advance social justice for all Zambians. Mr. Yamba says Mr. Yamba has expressed confidence that 2015 will see initiation of financing arrangement that will put local authorities on a more secure financial footing.
It is a consultative document, and I sincerely hope that all stakeholders will take the time to study it and to relay to the Ministry of Finance their thoughts and reflections on its content so that this can be considered in the 2015 budget once it's finalized. The proposed 2015 to 2017 medium-term expenditure framework and our draft policies for 2015 drawn from it is premised on the government's unwavering commitment to enhance inclusive growth and advance social justice so that all Zambians can benefit from the impressive economic growth we've been experiencing.
Several people on Thursday morning escaped death when a public service minibus hit into an oncoming Honda vehicle. The accident happened at the Tanzanian embassy along the Nationalist Road. We have more in this report.
Accidents have continued to claim lives in the country on a daily basis. Barely a day passes without the country recording a road fatality. On Thursday morning, an ICE minibus, which was trying to avoid long queues of traffic along Nationalist Road, rammed into an oncoming Honda car, leaving the driver of the car literally confused. The bus, which had several passengers on board, had little damage, while the Honda car was in bad shape. By the time a Prime TV news crew was arriving at the scene, the driver of the Honda car was still trapped inside as well-wishers tried to frantically help him out. The bus driver, however, acknowledged being at fault and quickly asked for forgiveness. As for the Honda driver, he was still in shock.
I'm shocked.
Kalan Mchima reporting for Prime TV News in Lusaka.
We now go for our first break. Join us for more stories later after this.
Ladies and and gentlemen, introducing Mr. Money. Send your money instantly. Top up your airtime instantly. Pay your bills instantly. Airtel Money instantly. Send your money instantly. Safety is guaranteed. It don't matter how far it is. It reaches safe and quickly. Pay your water bills immediately. And also pay for DSTV. Or top up airtime real quickly. Send your money instantly. Top up your airtime instantly. Pay your bills instantly. Airtel Money instantly. Hi, I am Mr. Money, and I bring you Airtel Money, the fastest, safest way to send money, pay bills, top up, and more. With Airtel Money, you can do more instantly.
Airtel Money. Simple, secure, instant.
Girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Potato sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
Welcome back, and now other stories. National Food and Nutrition Commission has charged that food consumption is still poor and most people cannot afford 3 meals a day. Commission Chairperson Professor Chifumbe Chintu says most mothers are malnourished, which has made it difficult for them to breastfeed. He says children under the age of 5 years are severely malnourished, adding that 55% of which are boys and 45% girls. Professor Chintu was speaking during a media briefing on the nutrition situation in Zambia. He says for Zambia to be able to attain Vision 2030, it needs to work towards eradicating malnutrition in all parts of the country.
According to statistics, most children in Zambia, especially those in rural areas, die before their 60th birthday as a result of malnutrition. The National Food and Nutrition Commission have equally confirmed these statistics, tracing through their recently held survey countrywide, indicating that children and women are the most affected. The Commission explains that in rural areas, it was discovered that mothers tend to start feeding their children on solid foods instead of continuing them on breast milk.
1.2 million have chronic malnutrition. This is equivalent to 50% prevalence. Studies conducted elsewhere have shown that if this type of malnutrition is not corrected, it affects future productivity among those affected. And those affected are our citizens. I also want to let you know that 55% of the boys and 45% of the girls in this age group have chronic malnutrition. More boys than girls are therefore affected by this type of malnutrition.
Indeed, more efforts are needed in safeguarding the future generation by providing them with the necessary measures for their growth. Gwen Wheeler, reporting for Prime TV News in Lusaka.
Thank you, Gwen, for that report. Kawe District Commissioner Patrick Chishala has charged that development in Kawe is taking shape and has helped stimulate economic activities. Confirming the development to Prime TV News, Mr. Chishala says the road network in Kawe has been revamped and schools are now being built. Mr. Chishala adds that working on roads and other infrastructure will help attract foreign investors in the area. He has indicated that the Patriotic Front government is working in ensuring that people's lives are improved, adding that this is the first time that Kawe is having a facelift.
If you get into Kawe this time, you will note that the road network has been done nicely. They've upgraded the roads, rehabilitated the roads in Kawe, such that the noise that we used to get that time around of people complaining about the poor roads network in Kawe is no longer there. People are happy, and the dust that used to be there is no longer there. Thus, we've even instructed the business community to ensure that they paint, their buildings as we get into celebrating our 50 years of Golden Jubilee. So it's something that I think it has put us in the mood, and we are working with our heads high up. I mean, this is what the PF government assured the people of Kabwe and, of course, Central Province, and they have done it. So as for the roads, what we are just waiting for now is the variation of about 21 kilometers to be done in Wacha constituency, the other part of, Kabwe district.
The Zambia Cancer Society says Zambia is experiencing more cases of cancer and there is need to intensify awareness to prevent its spread. ZCS Executive Director Udi Soko says raising awareness will help prevent and reduce the cases of cancer. Ms. Soko says it is interesting to see that government has constructed a cancer hospital to help address cases of cancer. She was speaking to Prime TV in an interview at Zambia Cancer Society workshop held in Lusaka. Ms. Soko commended government for the efforts taken in trying to reduce the cases of cancer. She says there is need for concerted efforts to fight the spread of the disease.
And the objective of this workshop is to get certain members of the public, at least a core group to start with, to formulate a 12-month plan on what we can do to raise awareness about cancer, and in particular to raise awareness about cancer and stigma. The fact that we have a cancer hospital, a modern, well-equipped cancer hospital, is a blessing. And yes, the government has done a great job, in the fight against cancer by having this hospital. Because when I was diagnosed 25 years ago, there was no cancer hospital. Access to treatment was very, very limited. But now we have the hospital, even have patients from other countries, African countries, coming to access services. So we're really, really very fortunate to have such an institution.
As we go for a break, we'll take a look at how the kwacha is trading against other major currencies. We now go for our second break. Join us for more interesting stories right after this.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Chipsy potato chips. We know you'll love them.
The spread of the... Welcome back now in international news. Police in the Liberian capital have fired live rounds and tear gas to disperse a stone-throwing crowd trying to break Ebola quarantine imposed on their neighborhood as the death toll from the epidemic in West Africa hits 1,350. In the sprawling oceanfront West Point neighborhood of Monrovia, at least 4 people were injured in the clashes with security forces, witnesses have said. Liberian authorities introduced a nationwide curfew on Tuesday and put the West Point neighborhood under quarantine to curb the spread of the disease. The World Health Organization said that the countries hit by the worst ever outbreak of the deadly virus were beginning to suffer shortages of fuel, food, and basic supplies. And now, finally, in our international news, Barack Obama sent U.S. troops to Syria this summer on a secret mission to rescue Americans, including beheaded journalist James Foley, held by the Islamic State group, but the operation failed, officials have said. Officials told the Associated Press news agency that the rescue mission was authorized and after intelligence agencies believed they had identified the location inside Syria where the hostages were being held. But the several dozen special operations forces dropped by aircraft into Syria did not find them, including the location, and engaged in a firefight with Islamic State fighters before departing. The officials would not say specifically when or where the operation took place, citing the need to protect operational details in order to preserve the ability to carry out future rescue missions. We have more in Al Jazeera.
Hamas's military wing has confirmed that it's fired a rocket towards Ben Gurion Airport in Tel Aviv. It comes as at least 18 people have been killed in airstrikes on Gaza overnight and into the Thursday morning. Hamas says 3 of its commanders are among the dead. Prime Minister Netanyahu has said Israeli forces will continue to respond to attacks from Gaza. The Pentagon says U.S. Special Forces failed in an attempt to rescue hostages held in Syria, including the journalist James Foley. Foley was decapitated by Islamic State fighters. The U.S. president says there'll be no let-up in the strikes on the group in Iraq. Indonesian police have fired tear gas to disperse protesters outside the Constitutional Court in Jakarta. The court is currently delivering its verdict over alleged fraud in last month's presidential elections. Losing candidate Prabowo Subianto says the vote was rigged. Now, the leader of Thailand's military coup has been elected as the new Prime Minister. General Prayuth Chan-o-cha was chosen by Parliament, which is dominated by the army. The appointment is seen as the latest in a series of steps to strengthen the military. Ukraine's military says it's made a significant push into the rebel stronghold of Luhansk, and its troops have surrounded Donetsk. 43 people have been killed, 42 others have been injured in the past 2 days. The Donetsk region has faced heavy shelling for weeks. Several buildings have been flattened and others were set on fire. Law enforcement in the US town of Ferguson say Wednesday night was quieter than it's been since the police fatal shooting of an unarmed black teen. A group of black lawyers has said they plan to sue the town over how protesters have been treated since the shooting. US Attorney General Eric Holder is visiting the town.
Welcome back, and as we end the news, we take a look at what made the headlines. MMD attributes its poor performance in recent elections to compromised party structures. Government lifts a 2-year safari hunting ban. Several people escaped death in a terrible road accident. And in foreign news, Liberian police opened fire on Ebola protesters. And this is the end of our news. Join us for more news tomorrow morning. This has been Daniel Tonga on behalf of the entire production crew. Bye-bye for now.
Hey girl, what's your name? Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Potato sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Mr. Money! Send your money instantly. Top up your airtime instantly. Pay your bills instantly. Airtel Money instantly. Send your money instantly. Safety is guaranteed. It don't matter how far it is. It reaches safe and quickly. Pay your water bills immediately. And also pay for DSTV. Or top up airtime real quickly. Send your money instantly. Top up your airtime instantly. Pay your bills instantly. Airtel Money instantly. Hi, I am Mr. Money, and I bring you Airtel Money, the fastest, safest way to send money, pay bills, top up, and more. With Airtel Money, you can do more instantly.
Airtel Money. Simple, secure, instant.